Hey there, I'm Mark from Spectrum Pulse, and today we have from Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, I Said I Love You First. Look, I probably shouldn't cover this. The single with Gracie Abrams is terrible, the buzz has been mediocre at best, and as much as I have stuck up for Selena Gomez over the years, really plus a decade, she's usually the most limited part of any song or album, and I wasn't exactly convinced Benny Blanco, despite being her romantic partner, was the producer to fix that. If only that was the only problem, because this feels like shrink-wrapped leftovers that are desperately trying to emulate acts that have left Selena Gomez behind years ago, from the obvious Charlie XCX brat reject Bluest Flame, to the Marias given Ojos Tristes, to Glorilla providing an utterly perfunctory monologue to the end of the awkwardly somber trap country of Cowboy, where Glorilla should really stop answering the phone for lackluster collaborations, or I Can't Get Enough tacked onto this album despite being from 2019 and pretty bad to boot. And it gets worse from there, because Benny Blanco's perpetually scratched, rougher pickups are rarely if ever blended well with Selena Gomez's overprocessed vocals. A solid groove on Don't Wanna Cry is wrecked by that grainy new disco blend. It does nothing to cultivate intimacy when he's not trying to rip off Jack Antonoff's brand of synth-accented, very delicate atmospherics for Lana Del Rey and Taylor Swift imitations. Made all the worse when Phineas shows up for songs that bookend the project that just sound like Billie Eilish rejects. And all of that could still work if you're just taking the album in a vacuum, but when you have that context, and you also know this is a project with her partner meant to accentuate a lot of soft-focused personal scenes, well, the immersion starts breaking down, especially as Selena Gomez is still a pretty limited singer, and the writing feels so basic and overrun with insecurity. Writing Don't Take It Personally is some truly ugly condescension to write back on yourself, and even then I think there are moments. Younger and Hotter Than Me is a good, gentle metaphor for dealing with the music industry, and that subtext across the album that really could have used more than the perfunctory interludes to sell it. Sunset Boulevard, it could have worked without that eye-roll inducing dick joke of a pre-chorus, where I can't help but think Sabrina Carpenter could have actually sold it, something I never thought I would say if you know me. And Scared of Loving You, it's a fine enough little acoustic ballad to end things off, but this is mediocre at best and a wince-inducing mess at worst. The cynical part of me knows with how short so many of these songs are, it is TikTok ready to a fault, especially with the real-life connection with Benny Blanco. But not only am I not convinced that he produced her in the best light, I look back on that reggaeton EP she made back in 2021 where she sounded way better, but it feels like the more fragile, love-struck moments are kind of tempting fate, when it's hard not to feel a bit of concern. I mean, it's not her worst album while Stars Dance still exists, but unless you are way too invested in Selena Gomez as a celebrity, there's no reason to check this out. You've heard it all done better. Skip it. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more, please be sure to like, share, drop comments, subscribe. I know some diehard fans are going to be real antsy or mad about this. Look folks, I want to like this. Hell, I have been charitable to Selena Gomez in the past. I've reviewed all of her albums, at least the ones when I started reviewing, and while Stars Dance is bad, I think she's had improvement. I think she's had some really stellar singles, especially when she lets the beat carry her in opposition to having to be the person to command the mix. It's never been flattering for her. But hey, beyond that, anything else I may be able to do to improve my presentation, I'm all ears. If y'all want to get involved in supporting the channel, getting albums on my schedule, yelling at me on my Discord, YouTube memberships, Patreon, have fun. Once again, don't feel obligated. Tough times out there, I understand, but the option's available. Till then, I'm Mark, you're watching Spectrum Pulse, and I'll see you next time.